G-B-R-O-N-E. Okay. D3. Faith.
Sarah, M-A-G-I-E-R-A.
Okay, thank you.
James.
James. Last name, sorry.
M-U-Z-U-P-A-T-T-A.
P-A-T-T-A. Thanks. Shall I do a buzz and check?
C2.
Yes, we can go ahead and do all those checks.
Says all of ones, please, buzz in. Got C1, B1, A2. I need A1.
You'll need to clear it to see it.
A1? Yes. Okay. All the twos. A2, B2, C2. It's fast. And all the threes. Good. All the fours. Okay. Buzzers are working.
Alright. Well, there's one room that is still finishing, or was finishing up their intermediate round. So we're waiting on our other member of the moderators have to get here, but we can go through a couple of these preliminary items. I'll introduce myself. My name is Mr. Phil Swanger. I teach in North Carolina in Rollsville, a suburb of Raleigh. And this is my, I think, 7th, maybe 8th convention. Haven't been here for about 10 years, so happy to be back. And we, just for my benefit, we have Team A, Maryland. Team B is Illinois. Team C is Wildcard Alpha.
Can we make a name for ourselves?
It will not be officially written down, but.
Did I get your name?
I guess
Oh, sorry, did I get your name? C2.
Lewis.
Lewis? What?
Dearman.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, we did that. Let me just run through a couple of these checklist items to make sure we're all on the right page. Audience members, if you'll please make sure that your cell phones or other items that are capable of making noise are powered off or in a mode that will prevent them from making noise. Players, if you will just be super extra safe and make sure that your phones are turned off. If you have a smartwatch on, do me a favor and put that in your pocket so there's no question about where you are looking. Spectators, if you'll please do your utmost to be silent during the match, except when prompted to applaud during the score checks after questions 5, 10, 15, and 20, in which case you're free to clap and or leave the room if you need to.
19.
I'm sorry. Oh, yes, and after, between question 19 and 20, there will be a score check then too. Players, please do not do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures and any verbal or nonverbal communication with the audience members. Coaches, spectators, please do not do anything that may be construed as consultation with the players. No gestures, it literally says this, such as nose tapping, pointing, etc. Banging on a trash can. Sorry, Astros fans. Remind the coaches, players, I need to remind the coaches, players, and audience members that there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If there is a challenge or a question raised about an answer that I have on the page or a decision that I make, you may voice a concern in between questions, and I will adjudicate, I will note it, consider alternate answers, etc., whatever needs to be done, but please do not interrupt a question in progress. As the moderator, I have the discretion to make rulings during the round. If there's an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair. But like I said, I'm happy to write down concerns or challenges and take it to the staff to debate. Captains, can you identify yourselves? So that's B2, that's A4,
You be captain of C1. Great.
and C1. All right. Anybody have any questions? Okay. I'll go ahead and pass out the Aurelia passage, and we can read this. The other member of the Certamen staff is on his way.
You're welcome.
Oh, there he is. I'll collect those after we read. Alright, follow along please as I read the Aurelia passage so that you can get used to my pronunciation of Latin and ask any questions that you need to before the round begins. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in aeguto cum familia sua calida ingenti et equo. Tredecem ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratissimus domum recurrere quiepit. Ehu. Aurelia Anglicae dixit. You can read about the year 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what the abbreviation OP period CIT period means? Does anyone have any questions about my pronunciation of Latin? Okay. I'll collect the Aurelia passages back and double check to see if we have the final word to go. Who's keeping time? Then if we're ready, let's begin. This is 2023 NJCL Certamen Advanced Division Round 1. Before we begin, I'm going to read a quick content warning about some of the questions that you're about to hear. The study of the humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This Certamen round contains mention of violence. As always, take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content. And now if everybody's ready, toss up number 1. The Fabulae Praetextae, Romulus and Clastidium, were written by what Latin author who more famously composed a Bellum Punicum?
C3.
Naevius is correct.
Nice.
And first bonus for Team Wildcard Alpha. What powerful Roman family did Naevius attack in his verses?
Oh my god. It starts with an M. Oh god. Do you guys remember?
You got this, man.
The Machini. No, that's wrong. Let's try it.
Kenai?
I'm sorry, we're looking for the Metelli.
Knew it. No, I didn't. But
Second bonus. In what meter was the Bellum Punicum written?
oh god. Is it? I could guess Eternian, but I'm not sure. I don't know literature.
When in doubt, dactylic hexameter?
I think it was too early for that.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Saturnian?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Answer, please.
You have to say.
Saturnium?
Say it again.
Saturnium?
Saturnium is correct, yes. 15 points for Team C on toss-up number 1. And clear the machine. Toss-up number 2. Listen to the following passage, which I will read twice. Then responde latine to the questions that follow. The passage. Sole orienti dua juvenes e casa egresae sunt, eis mane proficiscendum erat, ut longum iter ante noctem perficerent. Nondum duas horas ambulaverant, ubi prima juvenes exclamavit, Amica, consiste, gregem canum ferorum nobis a propinquantem video. Quo modo nos servare possumus? Secunda juvenes, quae multo fortior quam comes erat, cultrum destrinxit et canibus advertit. I'll read it again. Sole orienti, duae juvenes, e casa egresae sunt. Eis mane proficiscendum erat, ut longum iter ante noctem perficerent. Nondum duas horas ambulaverant, ubi prima juvenes exclamavit, Amica, consiste, gregem canum ferorum nobis a propinquantem video. Quo modo nos servare possumus? Secunda juvenes, quae multo fortior quam comes erat, cultrum destrinxit et canibus advertit. Your question. Quando you...
C3.
Duas horas.
I'm sorry, that's not correct.
B2.
Mane.
Mane is correct. So, solo oriente, or mane, or prima luce, something that indicated the morning. Your first bonus for Team B. Cur necesse erat juvenibus mane proficisci.
Can you repeat starting with ut?
Ut longum iter ante noctem perficerent.
Okay, so I'm sorry, could you repeat again from eis? Time.
I'm sorry, I need an answer.
Ut longum iter ante noctem perficerent.
That is correct. Yeah, because either quote iter erat longum or something to that effect, because the journey was long. Second bonus. Quod periculum juvenes in via obierunt.
Gregem canum ferorum. Gotcha. You're sure just say Gregem canum? Yeah. Gregem canum.
That is correct. So 20 points on toss-up number 2 for Team B. Toss-up number 3 for any player. When recognized by the moderator, perform the following command or describe the actions you are being asked to perform. Manibus sublatis sta in uno pede.
B2.
With my hands raised, I stand on one foot.
That is a correct description of the action. Not a lot of room to move there. So good description. Same instructions for your first bonus. When recognized by the moderator, perform the following command or describe the actions you're being asked to perform. Uno pede in cella altero humi posito circumspecta et dic Anglicae ego sum dux patriae.
Okay, so one foot on the chair and the other on the ground, can you repeat after Humi, please?
Humi Posito, I gotta take an answer now.
I say, I am the leader of the country. It's the rest of that. Do you want me to say the whole thing together?
Can you complete your answer?
Sure. With one foot on the chair and the other placed on the ground, I look around and say, I am the leader of the country.
Yeah, I was looking for the look around piece, but got everything there. Same instructions, perform the following command or describe the actions you're being asked to perform. Aures digitis tangentes, dicite anglicae, vos audire non possumus.
We all. Can you repeat the Latin again, please?
Aures digitis tangentes, dicite anglicae, vos audire non possumus.
3, 2, 1. We cannot hear you.
That is correct. 20 points then for Team B, Illinois, on toss-up number 3. Toss-up number 4 for any player. What group, while they were on an island called Bear Mountain, found 6 armed, earthborn monsters, met the king Kizicus? B3.
B3.
The Argonauts?
The Argonauts is correct. Heeded Mopsus's prophecies and obeyed Jason's orders. Bonus 1 for Team B. What actual mountain sacred to the god Kibali stood on the island Bear Mountain and was the site of propitiatory sacrifices by the Argonauts?
Can you repeat the question?
What actual mountain sacred to the goddess Kibali or Cybele stood on the island Bear Mountain and was the site of propitiatory sacrifices by the Argonauts?
Yeah.
Catharion? Fine.
I'm sorry, we're looking for Mount Dindymus or Dindymon. But you get a second bonus. To learn that the Argonauts needed to propitiate Kibali, the seer Mopsus interpreted the cries of what bird, into which Ceyx was transformed in another story?
C-E-Y-X. Remember the Halcyon cakes? Are they swallows or nightingales or cuckoos? Oh my. No. Could you repeat the question, please?
To learn that the Argonauts needed to propitiate Kibali, the...
Kingfishers?
Yes, Kingfishers is correct. So 15 points for Team B, Illinois, on toss-up number 4. And we move on to toss-up 5. What general, together with his older brother, who was nicknamed Calvus, won his greatest victory at Dertosa before dying at the upper Bitus River in 211 BC, leaving command to his son, Scipio Africanus?
C3.
Scipio Aemilianus.
That is not correct.
No
No
place.
place.
A4.
Scipio?
I need you to be more specific.
Scipio the Elder.
I can take Scipio the Elder.
I would accept that.
Dang it. If it's not right, that assumes we're fine.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I haven't asked you to be more. Well, no, I already asked her to be more specific once. So,
Up to you.
let me. Who was our last remaining team? It was Team B. Let me,
B2.
let me see what Team B gives me.
Cornelius Scipio the Elder.
Can I get another piece of information?
Who is Cornelius Scipio the Elder?
That's what I needed. Just for transparency's sake, in the moderator's room, and it's marked thus on the page, well, we needed that Publius piece. There being so many Scipios, they're all the elder of another one. And so, that it then goes to Team B then. To Illinois, your first bonus, Team B. Where did the younger Scipio save his father's life in battle in 218 BC in one of the opening skirmishes of the war?
Which war is this? Was it like Japan or something? Or with all the openings, when they received the quarters, was it my life?
I need an answer, please.
Mila.
This is the battle at the Tacinus River. But your second bonus, Scipio Africanus later took what city in Hispania in 209 BC by attacking over a lagoon?
Can you repeat, please?
Scipio Africanus later took what city in Hispania in 209 BC by attacking over a lagoon? Answer, please.
Carthago Noah.
That is correct. 15 points on toss-up number 5, which brings us to a score check.
Team A has yet to score, Team B has 70, and Team C has 15 points.
Thank y'all for coming in quickly, please. Alrighty. Toss-up number 6 for any player. Consider the Latin sentence. Carmina optima, magna cum arte, semper scribantur. What mood is
C2.
Subjunctive.
subjunctive is correct? What mood was the verb scribantur? Bonus number 1 for Team C. Translate the sentence from the toss-up. Carmina optima, magna cum arte, semper scribantur.
So it's like the best songs are always written with great art. Right? Can we have a piece?
Carmina optima, magna cum arte, semper scribantur. Translate.
The best
Answer, please.
songs are should always be written with great art.
Take a look.
I say no for now.
I will mark it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you didn't say what we have on the page. So we will mark that you said should,
But what do you have?
let or may the best songs or poems always be written with great skill.
Oopsies. That was my
But that is something we can talk about. It's a bonus, so it affects nothing else. You still get a second one. We'll mark it down, and yeah. Bonus 2. What word would replace the phrase magna cum arte if instead of saying with great skill, you wish to say the Latin for very quickly?
No, Caleramex project.
Very quick.
Yeah. Is that good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's an adverb, yeah, you're right.
Calerme is correct. I'm going to provisionally give y'all the 5 points for the first bonus because should suggest that idea of the subjunctive of potential or wish. But I will mark it down. We will double check. So we're gonna say 20 points on toss up number 6 for Team Wildcard Alpha. And toss up number 7. Ranging from simple geometric patterns of black and white tesserae.
B2.
Jose.
Mosaic is correct. To vibrant mythological scenes made of colored marble, What art form was used as a common floor decoration throughout the Roman world? Which means you get the visual, Team B. It's not time for that. All right. Clearly, we have some veterans in the room. You now have 5 seconds to inspect the visual. Now, behold, these wondrous mosaics from antiquity. Which of the mosaics can be described with these Latin sentences? Haec in pictura sunt animalia ingentia, quae contra homines pugnant. Haec animalia enim nolunt exire patria sua.
D.
D is correct. And bonus number 2, which of the other mosaics could be described with the following Latin sentences? Sunt in hac pictura animalia, quae aut in flumine, aut in mari habitant. Est quoque animal quod plusquam quator pedes habet.
A.
A is correct for 20 points.
And
Now, if you would like to display it to the audience.
and to the folks at home.
How thoughtful. All right. So 20 points there. Moving on to toss of 8 for any player. What author wrote defenses against charges of contaminating and plagiarizing his plays in the prologues?
B1.
Terence is correct. In the prologues of his Andria and Eunuchus. Team B, your first bonus. What play of Terence was said to be so boring that it was interrupted twice before being performed in its entirety on the 3rd attempt?
Can you repeat the 2 titles from the toss-up?
Andria and Eunuchus. I don't need an answer.
Eunuchus.
No, I'm sorry. This particular play is the Hekyra. Bonus number 2. What play of Terence is about a parasite who helps 2 cousins marry the women they love? Answer, please.
Andrea.
This is the Formia. But 10 points nonetheless for Team B on toss-up number 8. And toss-up number 9 for any player. What man vainly searched shrubs and wild asparagus for Perigune after killing her father in the...
B3.
Theseus is correct. After killing her father in the same way the father who killed travelers on Corinth's isthmus by bending pines. So Team B, your first bonus. That father, Sinis, was also known by what name, meaning pine bender?
Videocantes.
Yes. And your second bonus, name Theseus's and Perigune's son who ran the foot race at the second Nemean Games.
Hippolytus.
I'm sorry, I have here Melanippus. But 15 points for Team B, Illinois, on toss-up number 9. Toss-up number 10 for any player. What woman, born at Cologne in 15 AD, allegedly enlisted the services of the poisoner Locusta to help kill her husband Claudius?
B3.
Agrippina the Younger?
Agrippina the Younger is correct. The rest of the question read, paving the way for her son Nero to take the throne. Bonus 1 for Team B. What biological son of Claudius was originally the emperor's designated successor, but was superseded by Nero due to Agrippina's machinations, and was later poisoned by Nero?
Time.
Answer, please.
Titus.
This is Britannicus. Bonus 2. What earlier wife of Claudius was the mother of Britannicus?
Olivia.
Her name is Messalina. 10 points, 14B on toss-up 10, and we'll have a score check.
Team A has yet to score, Team B has 125 points, and Team C has 35 points.
All right, lots of points still out there. Toss-up number 11. What type of person did the Romans call a pictrix?
C3.
Female painter.
A female painter is correct. Bonus number 1. What type of person did the Romans call a luctator?
Ooh, I know this one if you don't.
Didn't know it. If you know it,
Is it wrestler?
I try it. It's not in my.
I mean, with Luke, we're gonna do derivatives. It's like,
Like this
Try
is
wrestler.
separate.
like,
Try wrestler.
Yeah, give it a shot.
light, bearer, lantern.
No, I'm sorry, it actually is a wrestler.
I'm so sorry.
You're alright, you're alright. You can defer.
Bonus number 2. What Latin word did the Romans use to refer to a dancer?
Oh,
Um,
Sal.
Saltator?
Saltator, yeah. Definitely.
Salutator.
No.
Saltator.
Saltator is correct. And 15 points for Team Wildcard Alpha on toss-up 11. Toss-up number 12. What historian, a consul suffectus in 97 AD, launched his political career with the help of his father-in-law?
B1.
Tacitus is correct. His father-in-law, about whom he wrote a biography entitled De Vita Iulii Agricolae. Team B, Illinois, your first bonus. What work of Tacitus narrates historical events from the reign of Galba to the death of Domitian? What work of Tacitus narrates historical events from the reign of Galba to the death of Domitian? I'll need an answer.
Annales.
I'm sorry, this is the Historiae. Bonus 2, drawing on a historical work of Pliny the Elder, Tacitus also wrote an ethnographic treatise about what Roman province?
Germania.
That is correct. 15 points for Team B. Toss up 13. Which of the following Latin words does not belong because of a point of grammar? Oppido, ordo, socio.
B2.
Ordo.
Ordo is correct. Socio and vino were the last two. Bonus 1 for Team B. Say in Latin using the word ordo. A row longer than the street.
Ordo. Lungior. Quam. Yeah. I think. Quam's option. Ordo. Longior. Quam. Via.
That is correct. And your second bonus? How would you say in Latin using ordo? In a certain line.
Can you repeat?
How would you say in Latin using ordo? In a certain line.
In ordine qua. Hold on. Yeah. Almost did the shot. Quadam is my final word.
I'm sorry, it's got to agree with ordo and be masculine. In quodam ordine. But 15 points on toss-up number 13. Toss-up 14. What Greek gods' many children included Phlegyas, the Bistonian king Diomedes, Penthesilea, and Phobos and
B3.
Ares is correct. Phobos and Deimos, whom he fathered in his affair with Aphrodite, was how the question finished. Bonus 1. Phlegyas was himself the father of Coronis, who bore what child to Apollo?
Asclepius.
Asclepius is correct. And bonus 2, according to one story, Phlegyas was killed by what two sons of Chthonius?
Can you repeat this?
According to one story, Phlegyas was killed by what two sons of Chthonius?
Zetes and Calais.
Their names were Lycus and Nyctius. But 15 points on toss-up number 14. And we move on to toss-up 15. What work, which prompted Propertius to say, Nescio quid maius nascitur Iliade, was an epic that was almost burned by plot...
B3.
The Aeneid is correct. That was almost burned by Plautius Tuca and Varius Rufus on the orders of the author Virgil. Bonus 1. Virgil and Propertius belonged to what man's literary circle, which also included Horace?
Just be honest. Can you repeat the question?
Virgil and Propertius belonged to what man's literary circle, which also included Horace?
Defer to Abel. Repeat.
Mykonos or Maecenas is correct. And bonus 2, name the 4-book work of Virgil that included the story of Aristeus and Orpheus.
Which one is 4 books? Can you repeat the question?
Name the 4-book work of Virgil that included the story of Aristeus and Orpheus.
Georgix. The Georgix.
Is that your final answer? I'm sorry, I couldn't tell if you were talking. Georgix is correct. So 20 points on toss-up 15, and we'll have a score check.
Okay. Team A has yet to score. Team B has 190 points, and Team C has 50 points.
All right, toss-up 16. For the verb to aor, provide the third person singular, future.
C2.
Answer, please.
To actor.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. B2.
B2.
Tutus eris.
Sorry, that's not correct. Team A has yet to buzz, so I can read it again. For the verb to aor, provide the third person singular future indicative form that means she will watch. That was actually the first time I read it all the way through, so one more time. For the verb to aor, provide the third person singular future indicative form that means she will watch. Read it twice. I'm going to call time. To abitur. To abitur. Because it is second conjugation. So no points on toss-up 16. Toss-up number 17 for any player. According to its derivation, under what circumstances does an igneous
B2.
Fire.
in fire is correct, or very high temperatures? Bonus number 1, according to its derivation, what quality do vitreous rocks like obsidian have?
Like which one's glass? Low quality. Glass-like.
Glass-like, glassy, translucent is correct. Bonus 2, according to its derivation, what substance does the structure known as a flume transport?
Could you repeat the question?
According to its derivation, what substance does the structure known as a flume transport?
Defer to B4.
Smoke.
We're looking for water.
What's the thing that's above a chimney?
I
That's a
am
flue.
wondering.
That's a flue. Sorry.
Flue is, yeah. Okay.
My mom says
Who am I to argue with mom? I will put a note by it, just on the off chance. I'll ask around and see what if that works. But notwithstanding, that's 15 points on toss-up 17 for Team B. Toss-up number 18 for any player. Into what type of animal, which a man rides in a statue built at Tainarum to honor Arion, where the Tyrrhenian.
B3.
I'm sorry, that's not correct.
C3.
a bull.
I'm sorry, that's not correct.
No
Read it for
place.
Team A. Into what type of animal, which a man rides in a statue built at Tainarum to honor Arion, were the Tyrrhenian pirates who kidnapped Dionysus transformed? Into what type of animal, which a man rides in a statue built?
A4.
Sorry, they are dolphins. Or it says also members of dolphin.
That is
Dionysus always turned people into weird
Yeah,
it's quite a labyrinth.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought so. Alright, so no points on toss-up 18, toss-up 19. What future emperor was awoken in the night by Aemilius Litus and
C1.
Claudius.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. I'll
Right place.
repeat. What future emperor was awoken in the night by Aemilius Litus and Eclectus to the news that Commodus had been killed, was offered the throne, and ruled for the first 4 months of 193 AD. I'll repeat. What future emperor was awoken in the night by Aemilius Litus and Eclectus to the news that Commodus had been killed, was offered the throne, and ruled for the first 4 months of 193 AD.
B2.
Pertinax?
Pertinax is correct. Bonus 1. What successor of Pertinax secured the throne when he offered more sesterces to the Praetorian Guard than his rival Sulpicianus?
Didius Julianus.
Julianus is correct. Bonus 2. Besides Pertinax, Didius Julianus and Septimius Severus, what other 2 individuals might be considered emperors of 193 AD, although they were ultimately defeated by Severus at Issus and Lugdunum?
Clodius Albinus and Ascanius Niger.
That is correct for 20 points on toss-up number 19. And before our final toss-up,
Team A has yet to score, and Team B has 225 points, and Team C has 50 points.
Toss up number 20 for any player. Translate the motto of Maine.
B2.
I direct.
I direct is correct. And bonus 1. Name the 2 U.S. states that mention freedom in their Latin mottos using either the adjective liber or the noun libertas.
I was going to ask you to Maryland. I think Maryland's a sweet zone. I'm going to say towns.
Answer, please.
West Virginia and Massachusetts.
That is correct. Bonus 2. What state has the Ciceronian model, cadant arma togae?
Can you repeat?
What state has the Ciceronian motto, cadant arma togae?
5.
Answer, please.
Mississippi.
This is Wyoming.
Oh, that's in
15 points for Team B, and our final score.
Team A has yet to score. Team B has 240 points, and Team C has 50 points.
All right, nice work, everybody. Get some sleep tonight. We'll see you for round 2 tomorrow.
I like